Hey, what's up? This is the Path to Stardom podcast with me, Sadia B. Today is day 15, and I just want to say, hey, thank you guys so much for listening. I really appreciate it. It really motivates me to continue going because people are getting value from these podcasts. So thank you so much for listening. Today's tip of the day has to do with why your friends and family don't support your music. This one is a topic that, it's hard because it hurts your feelings. You're like, why do the people who say they love me, they don't support the passion that I love? Like, what's up with that? Like, it's just a really big disconnect, and it can be really frustrating at times. Well, here's a way to get them to support your music and share your music. And that's by including them in the process of making your music. When you make your music, oftentimes you're just showing people the final product. They don't know how many hours it took for you to make your 3-minute song. They don't know how long it took you to choose the artwork for your song. They don't know how long that it took you to make a video for your song. They don't know any of that. They weren't involved in the process intimately at all. So they just see the final product. They're like, okay, it's cool, and then they move on. If you want them to really share your music and love your music as much as you love your music, include them on the process. I talk about my song Delete and Block a lot, and it's one of my favorite songs and a lot of my friends' favorite songs. And for some of my friends, it's their really favorite song because I included them on the process. The girl at the beginning of the song, Khadija Toto, she is one of my great friends, and she wanted to support me and my music. She couldn't come out to my shows. That was cool. That wasn't her style. So I would invite her to the studio with me, just, to have a friend there so they can see, what I'm doing, and I can just share that aspect of my life with them. So I invited her to the studio one day, and that's when I was recording Delete and Block. And I was like, hey, come inside the booth with me, because she's a really good public speaker. And she actually did the intro of that song, and that really just increased the song so much. But I think that's one of her favorite songs that she loves sharing because she was part of the process. She was in on it. Even if she wasn't on the actual song, I think she still would have shared it because she was in on the process. She came to the studio. She really appreciated the fact that she was there to see me in my element and help me decide certain things. So when you're making your songs, think of how you can include your family members and your friends. Ask them, hey, maybe you could help me with the song title. Ask them, hey, maybe you can come to the studio with me. Ask them, hey, maybe you can take some pictures for me for my artwork. Get them involved in every aspect of making your music, in every step. Have them feel a part of the process, because if they feel a part of the process, then they feel attached to the final outcome. When it comes out, they're more likely to share your stuff and share your music because you included them in the process. A lot of us artists like to just, do everything by ourselves and then just show the final product. No, people want to be a part of the process and see what you do so they can appreciate what you do. That is the best way to get your friends and family to support your music, by including them in on the process. And yeah, you might feel like, oh my gosh, maybe they don't want to or whatever, but don't be afraid to ask. You never know how they'll be willing to help you on your musical journey as you make your songs, as you make your artwork, as you take your photos, as you do all this stuff. Any piece that you can invite someone in on, invite them. Don't be scared. Invite your friends and family on your creative process, and that will help them resonate with what you're doing more, which is the whole purpose of your music. Having people resonate with your story, since they know you intimately, they can understand why you're making this sort of stuff that you do on a deeper level without you having to explain like you would with the new fan or new customer, and getting them into you because they already know your story. So it can resonate with them more. When it resonates with them, they'll share your stuff. So that is my tip of the day. Thanks for listening to the Path to Stardom podcast with me, Sadia B, where we grow our fan base from 0 to 1,000 fans. And our Chinese word of the day is Pengyo. Pengyo means friend. So thank you, my Pengyos, for listening. For the people who don't know me, you are my Pengyos by listening. I appreciate y'all. And I'll be back tomorrow.